Welcome back, Bepro Network Bulls. I think it's about time we cover why version 2 of the protocol will be a game changer for us, okay? It will be an absolute momentum shifter for Bepro Network, okay? The changes they're making to the protocol in version 2 are absolutely astounding, okay? We're getting tokenomics, we're getting visual updates, we're getting clarity updates. We'll be receiving framework forkability for Bepro Network, which is crazy. We're going to see multiple new use cases for the Bepro token being integrated into the protocol, okay? And a few little tweaks here and there to just make sure it all runs as smooth as possible and everyone gets the credit they deserve within the network. For those of you that are more excited about certain aspects of the update for version 2, I've left some timestamps for you here to just click on. It'll take you right to the section you want to hear about. But hopefully, all of you are here to hear exactly what I have to say on every topic, because it's exciting, okay? Now, these are some of the points why this will truly be a game changer for Bepro Network, okay? Version 2 of our protocol will launch on the Moonbeam network. Yes, I did say that. We will be launching our version 2 on Moonbeam, okay? For those of you that have maybe not heard of Moonbeam before, then, well, where have you been this past year? But, a little quick summary. It's the bridge between Ethereum projects and Polkadot projects, okay? It makes it so any project built on the Ethereum network will work with the Polkadot network, okay? That is incredible, okay? Bepro Network will have an exposure to an entire new chain, entire new blockchain, okay? Think about all the possibilities that come along with Polkadot, okay? Polkadot has proven that it's going to be a major player within the Web3 ecosystem, okay? And we are here, ready, primed to bring projects at the forefront of Web3. And to put it simply, all of the great projects being built with Bepro Network's tech will be usable on the Polkadot network. Music to my ears, okay? And as I stated earlier, we're getting a few new tokenomics for Bepro, okay? How exciting is that? We've got tokenomics such as staking mechanisms to earn rewards from staking. I know a lot of you will be excited to hear about that. We've got a new funding process for projects to get their development off the ground, whilst being able to use your Bepro to collate with stablecoins to fund the projects to receive the project's tokens back. Think of it as crowd loaning, but we've integrated our token into it. Incredible, okay? So I think it's more than fair. The first topic we cover is the reverse funding mechanism being integrated into Bepro Network, okay? Now there's two different types of reverse funding, but we're just going to cover the simple one first, okay? Just think of this as a simple crowdfunding mechanism, something like Kickstarter, okay? So projects or developers will be able to post a bounty on the network saying, I have the skills to make this for the network, or I have the skills to make this project. If you believe in me, I need $15,000 in order to bring this to life, okay? In order to integrate this into our network, or in order to get this project off the ground, okay? Now, members of the community who think, yes, that is a really amazing idea. That's a valuable addition to the network. You will be able to fund this idea using stablecoins, okay? So USDC or many other stablecoins, okay? And nice little diagram for those of you. It makes it a bit easier to understand. We've got the Bepro bull at the top saying, yeah, I can add this feature to the network for $15,000. And we've got 3 enthusiastic community members that think, yeah, with varying enthusiasm between the 3 of them. As you can see, 7,500, 2,500, 5,000. But as long as the bounty operator gets what they need, they can get it done, okay? I hear you saying, but Constar, where's Bepro tokenomics? Where does Bepro come into it? Well, this is the exciting part, okay? Collation Funding, okay? Think of this as your standard cryptocurrency crowd loan on networks such as Kusama or Polkadot, where you loan your tokens to the project, and once they've received a certain amount of the token, you will get your tokens back plus rewards from their project. Okay, so if their token is ABC, you will get a portion of ABC tokens once the project is off the ground. Now, it's not quite crowd loan, it's collation funding. Okay, it's not a loan, it's a fund. But this is where Bepro comes into play. You can loan them your Bepro along with giving them the funding in stablecoins that they need in order to become eligible to receive rewards from their project, okay? And to do this, the ratio is 1-to-1 between stablecoins and Bepro, okay? In value. So, if you wanted to fund this project or idea with $10,000, okay? You would fund them with $10,000 of stablecoins and loan them $10,000 worth of Bepro, okay? Now, your Bepro is safe, okay? They will not take your Bepro. They can't take your Bepro. And here at Bepro Network, we love our Bepro tokens, okay? We want to keep our Bepro tokens as safe as possible, and we want to build the stack of Bepro, okay? Every enthusiastic member of Bepro Networks wants more Bepro tokens, okay? I'm sure you will not disagree with me. So, as an example, Project A needs $100,000 of funding to get their project off the ground, okay? But as rewards, they are willing to give away 10% of the token supply of their ABC token, okay? Of their project. Once the project is launched and the tokens are dispersed throughout the network, or even if they already are, if they are willing to split 10% of their token supply between the collation funders, okay? The amount of tokens you will receive will vary from person to person and is based on how much funding you are giving them and how many other collation funders there are taking part in this bounty, okay? You will receive your Bepro tokens you will get your Bepro tokens back after 6 months, okay? So all you have to do is wait 6 months and your Bepro tokens come back to you, but you will lose the stable coins, okay? Because that is the funding portion, okay? And for those of you that do a bit better with visual examples of how to understand things, up the top we have here the Bepro bill once again. They need, like I said, $100,000 of funding to get their project or development off the ground, but they are willing to split 10% of the token supply of their project between collation funding members, okay? So as a reward for funding them, you will get their tokens and your Bepro tokens back. You could possibly think of it as being able to get early access to tokens through Bepro Network, okay? How exciting is that, okay? We've seen this time and time again. Bepro did this in the past. Bepro has come from humble beginnings, such as this method. We had a sale of tokens on Matic years ago, okay? Unfortunately, I was not involved in Bepro Network at the time, which I wish I was, but I'm sure whoever was around in Bepro Network to get them tokens is sitting pretty now, okay? They're probably doing pretty well, and they must be excited with the developments that have become in these past months, okay? Stellar moves from the team. But we've got our bull. Now you can see at the bottom, we've got our 3 Bepro funders, and they're all giving varying amounts of funding towards completing the bounty, okay? So you follow the line now. So if we follow it, start at the bottom, we take the 3 Bepro bulls at the bottom, they put their funding and their Bepro tokens into the project at the top, and then follow the line across. Funding's complete, we go up 6 months, you get your tokens back, okay? Follow it down, the 10% of the token supply gets split proportionally between each of them, depending on how much they funded, okay? I'm sure if you're struggling to understand it, just spend 5 minutes looking at the flowchart and you will 100% come to grasp with it, okay? Everyone involved in Bepro Network is a great mind, okay? So that's just one tokenomic there, Alan. What about more staking methods, okay? What if, instead of funding these projects, instead of collation funding them, say you don't hold stablecoins, say you're just a huge Bepro holder. Congratulations, by the way. I don't blame you. But say you're not into funding stuff. You will be able to stake some of your Bepro on what developments you believe are important to the network. And then you will receive some Bepro bounty rewards based on how much you stake towards the development. and how many other unique addresses are also staking towards the development, okay? So the rewards vary from bounty to bounty, okay? Sometimes you can get a lot of Bepro, sometimes it'll only be little. But at the end of the day, it's still free Bepro, okay? Who does not love free Bepro? If any of you know any ways to get free Bepro, put it down in the comments, okay? Because the bulls need to know. We all need to know. Now, a nice buzzword for you. This is exciting. This is a extremely fascinating addition. Have you ever heard of a thing called an NFT? Of course you have. Okay, rhetorical question. We all know about NFTs. We know what the driving force behind the technology of NFTs are, okay? What if I was going to say to you, the Bepro network will be adding NFT integration into the protocol, okay? And now you're thinking, how is this useful? I'll tell you. Each bounty on the network will have its own NFT, okay? And now members who were involved in the bounty, so if you worked on the bounty or say you were the owner of the bounty, once it's complete or you've taken part in it, you will receive an NFT to signify your involvement in the bounty, okay? This is going to give so much more credibility to producers of the bounties, the developers working on the bounties, and the projects who are asking for the bounties to be complete. And an easy way to understand it, you could possibly see it as a transparent resume builder for members of the network, okay? This wasn't in version 1 of the protocol, okay? It was hard to work out who has worked on what bounties and how much experience certain members have had within Bepro network. No longer an issue. Bounty makers will know exactly who to trust with completing their work. Now, when I was swirling this idea around in my head about the NFT integration and the implications of what could happen after having this, the first thing that came to mind was, is there a possibility that bounty makers will be able to whitelist their bounties to only accept members with certain NFTs? So say you only want developers to come work on your bounties that have already worked on your previous bounties, okay? So keep not per se brand coherence, but you've got good relations with developers in the past and you know exactly what their quality of work is and they can do the job for you. Whitelist your past bounty NFTs to the bounty, so only they will be eligible to work on the bounty, okay? If this isn't a feature, it is going to be, because I will make the bounty for it, and I'm sure many other Bepro network balls are going to agree with me on adding this to the network. So if it's not in there now, I guarantee you it will be. And as you all know, sometimes it's hard to understand what someone means just through words, and that's why pictures are amazing material to help educate people, okay? So here we have 2 different developers within the Bepro network ecosystem. Here we have the Bepro network bull. He is a very creditable developer within the Bepro network ecosystem, okay? And time again, he has proven to be a very valuable asset to the bounties and the bounty makers that he's worked with in the past, okay? But conversely, we've also got the Bepro network bear right here. He hasn't had very much experience in the network, and the experience he has had has been quite poor for the bounty makers. He has taken on work that is way past his technical ability, and he has let down multiple bounty makers in the past, okay? But I hear you ask, once again, Constar, which one's the bull? Who's the bear? I don't know. They're just the same. They look the same. Well, not in version 2 they don't. Who's the bear now? Who's the bull now? Yeah. This feature will give the developers and bounty makers the credibility they deserve within the network, okay? No longer will the talent be overshadowed by the noise, okay? Transparency is key, and at Bepro Network, we are fully transparent, okay? We've got nothing to hide, and nor do any of our developers or bounty makers. We're also going to be seeing a nice protocol metrics page being integrated within the app, okay? Just a nice UI page showing all the different stats within the network, such as the total liquidity locked within the protocol, or the liquidity locked between each individual operator, the amount of volume transacted between the protocol or the individuals, and for instance, maybe the rewards you'll be receiving through each phase of Bepro earnings. It's just gonna make it a lot easier to understand what's going on in the protocol and who the big players are within the network. And for you here, there's just a nice little pre-look at what we could be potentially in store for once version 2 comes out. And one of the bigger features we may see come alongside version 2 of the protocol will be the white labeling capabilities of our DAO framework, okay? This topic deserves a video in its own, okay? I could talk for hours about this topic, okay? And the potential it has to make Bepro Network the backbone behind every modern enterprise. Exciting, I know, okay? A quick little rundown for you. So for a certain amount of Bepro tokens, separate companies or projects or people, individuals, will be able to lock a certain amount of Bepro into a smart contract in order to get a non-branded version of our development DAO to use for their own purposes, okay? And like I stated on my Why 2022 may be Bepro Network's biggest year yet video, I spoke about the implications of projects white labeling our development DAO, about how it will create almost an exponentially increasing supply shortage of the Bepro tokens. Say a big project that is already established within the Web3 ecosystem and has a lot of volume coming through their project, has a need for our development DAO, and they white label it. Suddenly, this coalition funding aspect becomes a lot more valuable. We've suddenly now integrated Bepro token into other projects. Just think about the implications of how many more holders that could entail for Bepro Network, alongside all the developers holding their tokens. If you want me to do an in-depth video talking about the possibilities of the white labeling capabilities of our DAO, please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to cover it, because it is some serious value to be added to the network through this feature, okay? Additionally, with release of version 2, many of you know, if you've seen my videos talking about the rewards program, or you've read the articles posted by Bepro Taikai, then you'll understand that the rewards from phase 1 and phase 2 of the rewards program will start to be vested to those eligible. So if you haven't, and this is time sensitive, if you haven't got your tokens staked in the network to become eligible for free Bepro, head on over to my staking guides. I'll walk you through it. I want the Bepro bulls to have as many Bepro tokens just as much as I want them, okay? I know you want them. If I want more tokens, what's not to say all the other bulls within the network are going to want more tokens? It's a no-brainer. Get your tokens into the network, okay? I'm not going to say it again. Well, I will say it again because I want you all to get as much Bepro as possible. But, figure of speech, get it into the network. And one of the less exciting features being added, well, I say less exciting, but to me, it's not less exciting because I love Bepro Network in its entirety. But to the typical investor, I can understand a dev dispute mechanism may not sound too exciting to you because it's simply an autonomous mechanism put in place so that stagnant bounties that have already been completed, that have not been closed by the bounty closer, can be closed by the council within Bepro Network. If no one's interacted with it within 30 days and it's evident the project's complete, the council can go ahead, step in, and do what's needed to be done. And with that, I think that just about covers all the main things you guys need to know, that you need to know. Everyone needs to know this, okay? Very time-sensitive information. All the changes and updates we're going to be seeing to version 2 of the protocol, okay? Some big changes, some big additions for the Bepro token and Bepro Network as a whole. Now, if you like what you're hearing, get in the Telegram, okay? Get in the Telegram, get in the Discord, okay? You'll be overjoyed with the people you can meet throughout Bepro Network, okay? We genuinely have a one-of-a-kind community, okay? I guarantee you will love it more than you actually think you will, okay? I'll leave all the links needed to get to all of our socials to make sure you can join the Telegram group. There's an official Telegram group and there's also an unofficial one with all the main Bepro network bulls, okay? 250. We're going 250 strong right now. Come make it 251, because I know you can. And you deserve to be involved within Bepro Network. And for those of you that are more with more technical ability and like to talk about more technical aspects of the network as a whole, get in the Discord, okay? This is where it happens. This is where the magic happens for the technical stuff behind Bepro Network. Remember to follow Bepro Network and Taikai on all socials to keep up to date with the latest and greatest news behind Bepro Network, okay? Follow me on Twitter if you'd like to hear thought-provoking ideas about Bepro Networks and to get alerts on when I bring updates for you and to be at the forefront of all the news that is happening and going on within Bepro Network, okay? Bepro Network Bulls, I'll see you in the next one.